So this is something that was just announced today, an update to dislikes on YouTube. So the dislike count is going to be private across YouTube, but the dislike button is going to remain. So basically what this means is this dislike button here, you're not going to see the number next to it that actually tells you how many people dislike the video. And I presume that this bar is also going to be gone because obviously if you can see the number of likes, then you can approximate from how much of this bar is filled out, how many dislikes there are, which, by the way, this is just an aside, but am I the only one that misses the red and green dislike bar? Like, it was like that a few years ago, and I just remember I would always go onto some videos that were like these obvious fake clickbait videos, and the bar would be mostly red, and someone would say, oh, the dislike bar looks like Darth Vader's lightsaber, or it might be mostly green on something like a music video, but then just a few dislikes, a little bit of red at the end, and someone would say, oh, the bar looks like Cab Calloway or Bob Marley or whoever just lit up a joint. I don't know. I just miss those comments. But let's take a look at why YouTube thinks this change is going to be necessary and make the platform better. So at YouTube, we strive to be a place where creators of all sizes and backgrounds can share their voice. I'm sorry, I can't read this type of corporate HR stuff without laughing. So to ensure that YouTube promotes respectful interaction between viewers and creators, we introduced several features and policies to improve their experience. And earlier this year, we experimented with the dislike button to see whether or not changes could help better protect our creators from harassment and reduce dislike attacks, where people would work to drive up the number of dislikes on a creator's videos. So there you go. It's to stop this creator harassment and dislike attacks, which are worth talking about because YouTube didn't really specify exactly what a dislike attack is. So I'm going to show you some examples of what I think dislike attacks are and how to better deal with them than just removing the dislike button. So obviously we have this video here by YouTube creators, which is basically like one of YouTube's YouTube channels. And it's got a lot of dislikes. Why? Because this is something that YouTube, the company, did that a lot of people don't like. So this is essentially their way of reacting to that. They're going to dislike this video to show their discontent with YouTube, the company. Okay, that's always going to happen whenever you have a channel that's representing a company or representing a specific person. If they're out doing things that people don't like, then a lot of people are going to leave dislikes on them. Or even if it's just the specific thing that the video is about, a lot of people are going to leave dislikes. This, for example, so like on the White House official YouTube channel, it's getting a lot of dislikes these days. Now, maybe it's just because a lot of people really don't like Joe Biden. I don't know what his official ratings are. I don't even really keep up with any of that stuff. Maybe people really don't like this infrastructure deal. I don't know. I haven't really looked into it, but that's what you're going to see when people are making content that people don't like, or even if, like, we can check this one. Yeah, whole lot of dislikes. So if you've got a channel that's just representing someone that people don't like, a celebrity, or like in this case, the president, then you're going to get a lot of dislikes across your channel. That's just what's going to happen until the person you're representing is, I guess, able to change their public image. I mean, it's possible. I think pretty much anyone can kind of turn their public image around and at least make it not be this bad. You'll also get a lot of dislikes if your video is titled a certain way, or if it's about a subject that a lot of people really dislike. Like, is anyone really surprised that this video has a whole lot of dislikes? No, because it's the kind of video that really annoys people. You have this part, the whole how not to be racist, which just sounds a bit condescending. I actually bet if you removed this part from the title, it wouldn't have nearly as many dislikes as it does, or at least not people disliking it just because of the title. Maybe people would dislike it because of what's actually in the video, because it is a little bit cringy in my opinion. But these are the kinds of things that people don't like. As a creator, you should know your audience and the kinds of things that are going to sort of tick them off. I usually know the kind of videos that are going to get more dislikes on my channel. If we take a look at it real quick, let's see. So like this one, okay, this has more dislikes than most of the other videos around it about the NRA getting hacked. So I knew that this video was going to get a lot of dislikes because it's kind of about the NRA, right? They're a political organization, and anytime you get into something political, there's people that aren't going to like it. In this case, it's actually people from both sides of the gun debate. A lot of anti-gun people obviously don't like the NRA, and a lot of pro-gun people don't like the NRA either because they feel that they don't do enough. And look, I'm not the most socially savvy guy, but this just feels like common sense as a creator. Knowing your audience and knowing what kind of videos they're not going to like and what's going to tick them off. And by the way, if you do decide to become a content creator, or if you are one already, you need to understand that criticism comes with the territory. I've heard some people describe this job, like, YouTube and especially Twitch streaming, as selling your mental health. And I think that that's very true if criticism bothers you, or like getting trolled by your chat or whatever. If it really bothers you, then yeah, it's kind of like selling your mental health. People on the internet are always going to pick on you for something. Most of the time, it probably won't even be something that's that valid. But if you can't handle that criticism, then you should seriously just consider a different line of work. Just like if you can't lift 50 or 100 plus pounds, you shouldn't be working for a moving company. You shouldn't be, if the job description says you need to move furniture, you better be able to lift. There's careers that you are not going to possess the skills to do, and it shouldn't be the entire industry's job to lower their standards for you. You should find something that you're actually good at and do that instead. Figure out where you fit in to society and try to do that job. Also, dislikes don't even really hurt your channel or your video's performance, at least as far as I know. I mean, I see videos with lots of dislikes blow up all the time, so it literally can't do anything beyond just hurt your feelings. And like I said, don't try to be an e-celeb if pixels hurt your feelings. But even if you are a fragile snowflake and you still want to make a YouTube channel, there's the option to just disable the like and dislike buttons. There's also an option to disable comments. So you could, if you wanted to, just create content in a bubble and have no real feedback with your audience whatsoever. Or you can select what videos you do it on if you wanted to. Like for example, I'm going to show you guys one of the content creators that I watch, some of the videos I consume by Justin Rhodes. So he's basically a like a homesteading channel, does lots of farming and cool stuff like that. But he used to disable comments on his videos. So you can see this was back in 2018. Now, I don't know exactly why he did this. I presume it's because his kids were younger then. Like, I think this is his oldest son, and he's talking about him being a 10-year-old. So maybe it's because he just didn't want to see all of that like negative comments maybe about his kids, which I totally understand. I wouldn't want to see that either. Or maybe it's because his channel was smaller at the time and now he just has like an overwhelming like pour in of positive comments. Like if we look at this video he just did yesterday, he allows comments now. So it's something that you can just select which videos to disable it on, or if you want to start out when you're small and maybe seeing 2 positive comments and then 1 negative comment, like maybe that ratio is just really bad for your mental health, you can have it turned off until you have enough subscribers and enough people really interested in your stuff to actually give you a whole lot of positive comments. So yeah, you already had this option as a creator to disable this stuff if you didn't want it. And this was actually addressed in the comment section of this video, I think right here. So why don't you just make this optional for creators? And they tell you that it already is, but we've seen that when creators choose to turn off likes and dislikes on their videos, they can be bullied and harassed for their decision. So again, if you want to be a content creator and you're triggered by people bullying you for disabling likes on your videos, you should seriously just consider doing something else, okay? Like, I don't know if there's therapy for getting bullied on the internet or something like that. Maybe you can try to do that, but I think it just comes with the territory, and it's just like working at a moving company. If you can't lift, you shouldn't be doing a job that requires you to lift heavy objects. If you can't handle, I guess, the mental stress of doing this, then you shouldn't do it. But now YouTube is forcing it upon us. So it's not something that I'm going to have any control over. You guys just aren't going to be able to see my likes, or, well, you'll be able to see my likes, but you won't be able to see my dislikes from now on. But you can still like this video at least, so I guess do that before they try to take that away. And also leave a comment to hack the algorithm. All of you, have a great night.